know that after this we're supposed to do a Q&A. I'd rather say that the floor is open, and if ever any questions arise, feel free, and we can dialogue. I'll do my little poetry shtick, and we'll do it that way if that's okay with everyone. All right. That being said, her newborn Cyclops had my eye, but I knew I'd never claim it. I was taught not to claim when the wind wrote my name in the water, waved blueness over blackness, and at that moment I saw that blackness would die, but not me, not we. In the deep blue abyss we kissed on a current and drowned eternities in love's lost lagoons. She had hidden rooms in her womb where I had seen screenings of the future, wrapped in swaddling clothes, and God knows I wanted to kiss it, but my lips were sealed by time. Saturn's rivers overflow with schools of frankincense and mermaids swimming sense of self to the soul, and sphinxes they swim in Saturn's rivers, drenching the waters with ancient magic and the secrets of the Saturn Sutra, secrets that can name the future and saturate the soul with stardust and samba of seasons untold. The future unfolds through Saturn's rivers, so I sailed my soul through the forethoughts of the forgotten and waded through windows of time. I'm certain of Saturn's rivers and all else is fact. So baptize me in the stars and wrap me in nighttime moon blue. Pupil my sight with orange balls of light and echo my plight through the corridors of metaphor. What else are we living for if not to create fiction and rhyme? My purpose is to make my soul rhyme with my mind over matter. Minds create matter, minds create fiction. As a matter of fact, as if matter were fact, matter is fact. So spirit must be fiction.
What?
Fiction. Art, fiction. Meta. Fiction. Her stomach, bloated with indigo silence, she birthed a nation of loud motherfuckers that set fire to her womb as they exited and called it the sun. The father of sweat, the father of rain, for out of fire comes water. Out of heat comes humidity, and out of the sun's fire water came the plants and trees that call her name in the darkness as she stares one-eyed and raises the tide in an attempt to kiss the blood of her burning womb. This is my blood which is shed for you motherfuckers are undeserving. Cyclops that she is, she still gives, even though we label her followers lunatics. Ticks. The working day is over and we rest our perceptions of the indigo silence that she emits as she stares into our mind's eye, deciphering the universe in our dreams. And we dream of burning crosses and Salem witches, star-crossed bitches and moon kisses that caress our subconscious like monthly hums and play our soul strings acoustic till we awaken to the flames of her burning womb, engulfed in the vaginal volcanoes of velvet delusions, daylight delusions, dare God confusion. These motherfuckers are too loud and I can't hear myself in the wind as I sing tornadoes to my children and hum hurricanes under my breath. I'm being beckoned by the bastards of another day. Is nothing consecrated in love anymore? Will my love children of this generation die labeled lunatics? Ticks. The working day is over, and I am full with the indigo pains of a blood-stained womb as I stare one-eyed and raise the tide in an attempt to kiss the blood of my burning womb. This is my blood which is shed for you motherfuckers are undeserving, forcibly penetrating my indigo silence in the name of the Father and the Son. And out of the sun's gates come little girls in dresses of fire, wearing pigtails of braided smoke which stem from their moon-painted scalps, the glowing seeds of a nightly garden that will blossom into full moons regardless of the sun. They know the night and the 7 8. Let me stop and say this real quick. Because I'm looking at y'all and it just seems like just a bunch of like moon references and wind. The poem that I've just begun that began with, and out of the sun's gates come little girls in dresses of fire, I began writing. I have a 12-year-old daughter whose name is Saturn. And I started writing the poem which is called Children of the Night, right after she was conceived. And spent a year writing it and finished it about when she was like maybe 6 months old. So it was at the time the longest amount of time that I'd spent writing a singular poem back in 1996. And so it was essentially about becoming a dad and envisioning what the hell that would mean, and also intuiting that it was going to be a girl, and what that meant. And so that's what this poem is about. It's called Children of the Night. And out of the sun's gates come little girls in dresses of fire, wearing pigtails of braided smoke, which stem to their moon-cratered scalps. The glowing seeds of a nightly garden that will blossom in the full moons, irregardless of the sun. They know the night and the 7 names of the winds, the tales of their wind-blown fathers. Who will father these mothers of light, and what will become of me? Children of the night. Only some will star the sky, only believers in death will die, and fathers must feather the wings of women. For the unfeathered masses deign ridiculous, carrying crosses to phallic-filled tombs. The future sails silent through blood-vivid wombs that ripple with vittles of cows and spoons, and births, moons, and earth, sun-centered at noon. She buries her eggs in the soil, and plants her feet in the sky. Soil seeds a circus of carrots and clowns, and minstrel shows our desires. And here I stand, court gesturing infinity, fetal-fisted revolution, but open hands birth humility. Now, what is the density of an eagleless planet? Must my spine be aligned to sprout wings? I'm slouched into slang steps and can't go with gang reps, with my orbit rainbows, Saturn's rings. Mystically elliptical, Presto Polaris, karmic flame, future in Saturn and Aries, and I'm a fish called father, with gills tight dizzy, blowing liquid lullabies through the spine of time to tranquilize the nervous system's defeat. At the feet of forever, the children are gathered, or rather buried, in that mass graveside of the night. They are the seeds of light planted in the sky, but then nights and skies are meaningless to their unearthly eyes. There are children playing chess on the sunburnt backs of one-eyed turtles, checkmating a lifetime slow call to enlightenment, cashing in their crowning glory from magic and contradiction. The children of fiction, born of semen-filled crosses, thrust in Calvary's mound, with memories of Manana's millennium, the gravity of the pendulum, the inscription of the Grail, the rumors of war and famine, diseases and storms of hell. All hail the new beginning, behold the winter's end. Bring on the puppets and dragons that the ceremonies begin. They have come to shatter time and bring back the dead newborn. An army of me, bearing change in the front lines and shadows in the field mines to wilderness, the lights of the city. I have seen them, a tumultuous army of bastards and beggars, madmen and idiots, witches and harlots, dancers and lunatics, sinners and singers, losers and lovers, students and teachers, poets and priests, orbiting the realms of the ordinary through the ordinances of those ordained by the beast. These are our children, love-laden life lanterns, casting shadows that shepherd the flocks, crying wolf in the moon's full, as sirens of love's lull, the offspring of Gibraltar's rocks. Who will deny them when thrice crows the cock? Will it be you, Peter? Decked in Damir's denial, masqueraded in matter over mind under trial. Self is a servant to serpents with wings. 3 is the beginning of all things. Triangles and rectangle your wings. Let vision blur not your deservings. Pile stones on unearthed ancient learnings. See self as the ghost of your servings. If you're serving the Father, there's no son without mother. Parent bodies discover water bodies and drown. Wade me in the water till Atlantis is found. On the seafloors of self, I'm starfish and unbound. Heard the name of that mountain, stone mountain. Underwater volcanoes erupt, water fountains of youth. Lest its cardinal equation cancel out wind and truth. Throw me beyond sometimes, drench me waterproof. Let eaves drop forever, rain sunsets on my roof as I sit on the front porch of my sanity, deciphering ham bones to Van Gogh this vanity. Oiled egos canvassed and framed to be reborn, unborn, unburied, unnamed. A reflection to a blood-stained glass window of souls gone yellow around the edges. Carbonated dreams and blurred daily lives, but let family bring focus. Out of swamps blossom lotus, the muddy water blue daughters of infinity. Grandeur water body bodhisattvas our serenity as we rise with the tides towards divinity. And she will be raised by wolves just below the masonry Dixon line, where eagles noose the misuse of Osiris and sacred papyruses in their claws clench, that the bolts of our memories may feast upon the remedies of ancient laws lynched and flock to the T-tops of the forethoughts we have forgotten. Yet silence will be begotten of the wind. The silver eyes of the darkness are her friends, and they sometimes slept forever in their dens on the mountainsides of sometimes now and then. In between the rise and set of you and I, made blue visions know the depths of liquid skies, and some ask me if she cries in the night. And it's the substance of her tears that drench the days with light. Shit, you better hope she do. Cause there are women with fur coats and painted faces, dancing on the perfumes of perfection. They eat Chinese apples that stain their teeth red, and can gobble cosmos out of chaos at a moment's notice. The children on the train, selling chocolate with their mothers in the background, fundraising their dreams from the dead. And the authors of boredom correspond with catharsis and change the leads of my needs are in dread. I need fruit and vegetables, for only living things can feed the span of wings, and thus she was born to charter my flight into the blues of night. I am the darkness that precedes the light, a pupil of the sea's reflective sight. Notebook in hand, I footnote land and write. Plot dot 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 and dot my eyes is ripe, and cast my lot amongst the children and the night.